I have been a massage therapist, energy healer, shaman for over a decade. And what I have found on my journey of working with people's bodies, working with their energy, is when it comes to energy healing specifically, you are working in what would be deemed the fourth dimensional energetic layering of your human experience, your consciousness. And when you work with these structures that are made of light, essentially, and energy, it can take some time for the healing that is done within the energetic to match and vibrate into the physical. This is very crucial because if you have intense physical blockages, when you receive energy healing, you may be rewiring your energetic blueprint. And once you have completed that, received that healing, if your physical body is lagging, it can create some discomfort. So, what I always recommend doing after receiving energy healing, whatever style of energy healing you deem necessary for yourself to receive, everybody is different. But regardless of what type, once you have received that energy healing, it's really crucial that you give yourself a little bit of rest and recovery so that energy can trickle down into the physical and then have some type of physical release practice. What type of physical release and modality you choose to utilize is going to be different for everyone. For some of you, this might be a form of stretching. It might be yoga, yin yoga, breath work. You might do qigong, tai chi. For myself, for the longest time, I thought massage therapy was the best. There are many different styles of massage therapy that you can get because when someone is assisting you in cleansing and clearing the physical blockages, it allows for that energetic to be more readily realized and experienced on the physical plane. So when you release the stress that's held in your body, it then allows for a deeper connection or an expansion of that energetic channel because your physical body will mirror what's going on in the energetic. And when you heal the energetic, you obviously want the physical to reflect that. For some people, this might be instantaneous. Other people, it might take a little more time and it might take some rebuilding. I know for myself that has been this experience in this body and in this lifetime because I am rewiring my entire essence. I have been called forward to do a lot of deep healing, not just for myself, but for my ancestors, for my lineage, also for my family, and collectively as well. So that has been an amazing experience. But on that journey of self discovery and self healing and learning the different ways in which you can facilitate supporting your body in finding greater homeostasis is the need for both an energetic and a physical practice. And I wish somebody had talked about this when I was growing up. The beautiful thing now is we have access to the internet, and there are so many people out there that want to bring this knowledge to the forefront. They want to support you. And when it comes to your healing journey, I always encourage you to trust your instincts on what will best serve you. Always check in, always regulate your nervous system, always make sure it's a sound choice, because that is also something I've experienced on this journey as well. As a dysregulated nervous system can truly bring in lessons that you necessarily don't need to learn. But everyone is on their own journey. I know for myself, I had to go through some heartache before I really wised up. But it really was tied into the blockages in my energetic system that needed to be recalibrated, and then a need to facilitate my physical experience, which is all based around detoxing the body finding a rhythm with my diet for myself. It aligns with the 5 seasons of traditional Chinese medicine. I also support myself in having a regular nervous system regulation practice. I take time to include energy healing as well as physical support when it comes to building new structural alignment, healthy postural alignment, which requires a lot of mental dexterity around rewiring my muscles to match my new nervous system, which has to match a new way of thinking. So, mindset work is also a part of my journey. And I'll be sharing more about that in this year to come because that's something that I'm personally working through. As someone who's worked on bodies, what I found to be the most beneficial when it came to supporting the physical experience is having a practice that will help you release somatic holding patterns in the body. Somatic therapy, in its essence, is reawakening your body from its constant state of fight or flight. When your body is in a constant fight or flight loop, your body starts to go into a state of amnesia. So, in reawakening your body, learning to regulate your nervous system, you start to bring your body back online and you can reteach it to move in a new and healthier way. I do want to state that I have knowledge around the body. That's something that I personally did a lot of work on, and I worked on bodies for over a decade. So I have that knowledge. So if you need support in gaining an understanding of how your body moves, where your blockages are, just view that as a part of your journey. Some of you may see a massage therapist. Some of you may see an osteopath. Some of you may see a chiropractor. Others may seek out a physical therapist. There are so many different modalities and ways that you can learn about your body. You also have YouTube. There are so many wonderful practitioners on here that can really help you to understand what's going on in your body. But I always encourage you, do your research, and if something really resonates with you, that's your body saying, hey, I need this. Very similar to when your body is thirsty and is craving some water. You feel that. And that's one thing I've come to trust time and time again on my healing journey is when my soul sees something and it's lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, you know, when you turn the lights on, you're like, oh, Christmas, rah. If you don't like Christmas, I'm sorry, that was a bad analogy, but I love Christmas, so I'm using it. But it's that excitement of, oh yeah, like this lights me up. That feeling, trust it, run with it. And it doesn't mean that that modality is something that you'll use for the rest of your life. It might just be one piece of the puzzle to support you on your journey. I've utilized many different types of modalities, and the one that has resonated the most for me and my soul is magnet therapy. This is something I was trained in 2021, and over the last 4 years, I've been studying it constantly, nonstop, and I've created energy healing courses to support you in becoming your own self-healing advocate so you can support yourself on your journey towards greater homeostasis. And I realized on my journey that you need to address different systems of the body if you want a full reset in its entirety, because we are not just physical beings, we are also energetic beings. And there are 3 specific energy systems of the body that I personally have worked with. That is the traditional Chinese medicine, 12 meridians, the chakra system, and I have found that the chakra system is extremely vast. There's up to 72,000 nadis, which are little energy centers in your body. And depending on what system you adhere to, there are many different chakra systems. And the one that was taught to me through my spirit guides was the need to cleanse and clear the masculine and feminine chakra systems. They are 2 separate systems that live inside our bodies and they have become separated due to the dualistic nature that we live in. and the world that we live in, there's become this split. So in realigning them and getting them to work harmoniously, that's when your chakras truly align. That's what I found worked for me, and that's what I was taught through my spirit's guides and team members. The third system is the auric layer. And this is what extends out beyond the chakras and is essentially the bubble that encapsulates you, kind of like a cell. Your body is the nucleus, and then you have an electromagnetic field of electrons and protons moving around, going all crazy, protecting you, doing what they need to do to keep your structure sound. But if there are damages in that auric layer, it'll trickle down into your physical. So in cleansing and clearing those three systems in a specific order and through a specific structure or outline, it's an outline. Everybody is so different when it comes to their healing journey. Everybody is so different. This is something that I realized working on people firsthand. So I wanted to create courses that would meet people where they were at. So I created a course that's called the Physical Support Course. And this allows you to depolarize stress in connection to universal points that I found while working not only on clients, but with my energy healing clients and also working with collective energies as well. And these help to release tension in the muscular system. It supports joints, nervous system, detoxification, as well as supporting some emotional upheavals that can arise. This is just one course. There are a few different courses, and I use all of them as maintenance. But I had to start from the outside and work my way in. And while I was reprogramming my energetic blueprint of cleansing and clearing the aura, then realigning and healing my chakra systems of the masculine and feminine, bringing them back into alignment, and then coming into the meridian system, which is the closest experience to the physical body, because your meridian system, the majority of it is in your physical body, whereas the chakras, only half of them are in your body. The auric field, none of them are technically in your physical body. They are all beyond our sense of touch, I would say, to some degree. Though if you learn how to tap into energy, you know that you can start to feel things that aren't technically within your physical reach and touch. That's something that I may dive in deeper in another video, but right now, I want to stress the importance of having a physical release when you're doing energy healing, because when your body does not match the new energetic frequency that you have brought in via your energy healing, that can create tension in the body, that can create physical pain at times, nervous system dysregulation. And when you have muscles that are contracted, it can kick your nervous system into high gear because your nervous system is not functioning to its highest degree. Blood flow is restricted. The hypertension is creating inflammation in the body. There's a lot of things that can happen. So in having some form of physical release, you're allowing your nervous system to reset, which allows your physical body to heal deeper, which then allows the energy healing to come in quicker and be experienced more readily. It allows you to it allows the intuition to flow with greater ease, which then supports you on knowing what is the next step on your healing journey, if that is needed, or if it's just maintenance, whatever it is, or if it's hitting a new goal. Your intuition can be stifled by the restriction within your nervous system and your muscular system, 100%. It's quite crazy how vast the muscular system affects our bodies. And when we have that hypertension, not only does it restrict the flow of our blood, the restriction of the nervous system signaling throughout the body, it can compact and create a lot of issues within our infrastructure of the bones, and it can hinder the flow of our lymphatic system and our drainage pathways. There's a lot of things that it can impede, but as we are energetic beings, that muscular system, because the The meridians flow through that. If the meridians are restricted, it can then float into the chakras, because the chakras also align with the plexuses of the body, 6 of them specifically. If those are restricted due to your muscular system, that could throw off the signaling that's coming in from the higher powers that be. If that is something that you subscribe to, I know myself as an energy healer and shaman, of course I do. Of course, of course. But your body essentially is that midway channel. And if you try to put a voltage that's beyond the holding capacity of your channel, it could also fry your body, which is where spiritual psychosis can come into play. So, whatever energy healing practice you choose to have, mine was working with the aura, then working with the chakras, then working with the meridians. And now I'm really working on maintenance and realigning my physical experience. And the leaps and bounds I'm seeing have been such a game changer because my energetic body is in alignment and it's waiting for my physical to catch up. And the catching up is basically me just learning to regulate my nervous system, learning to have a more positive mindset, learning to instill a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of loving, a new way of speaking up for myself, a new way of expressing myself, and a new way of literally walking. Because when your body has any type of somatic suppression, which becomes somatic holding patterns, this creates an imbalance within your muscular system, which then creates an imbalance in your entire body, specifically how you move throughout the world, quite literally. So when you heal yourself on an energetic level, it then allows your body to be more aware and conscious because you've healed those somatic stress points, which then allows you to have healthier physical routines, healthier exercises, healthier workouts in general, not just with workouts, but also healthier meditations, healthier breathing patterns, healthier walking, healthier every single, pretty much any little thing that involves muscular movement, it becomes healthier over time because your energy system has been cleansed and cleared and your physical body can now catch up. And this is where I want to state the length and time in which you see a resolve within your physical body is going to be different for everybody else. What styles and modalities that your soul requires to get that physical support is going to be different for everybody. And the road in which you walk may not have just one practice. You may bounce back and forth between multiple practices. I know for myself, that's where I'm at. I do energy healing. I receive magnet pair therapy through energy healing frequencies. I work on my mental constitution through astrology and balancing my energies of the masculine and feminine through my natal placements. That's something that I teach in my astrology chakra connection, because on my journey of working with astrology, it's allowed me to understand who I am on a deeper level. It also has helped me to clear blockages that are tied to my natal chart, which has been a part of my rebirthing process in a sense, to help me realign more deeply with my soul, which in a sense really allowed me to come into greater alignment with my inner knowing of a need to utilize magnet pair therapy and create these courses. That's something that has always been deeply tied to my soul's journey, is creating something, a tool that people can utilize to support themselves. Because as an energy healer and shaman, that's essentially what our work is, especially a shaman. We go into the depths and the deep and we bring it out so the community can benefit from it. And this work is amazing and it's very powerful. And the depth in which each person needs to go is going to vary. upon their personal experience. Being a neurodivergent, I needed extra help. That was just part of being a neurodivergent, being a woman, being a shaman, growing up in a community that did not accept me, and being in the dark most of my life and kind of fumbling around. I was in search of answers, and learning how to heal the energetic in a proper order is what brought me the greatest resolve that I've had. And I've tried many different modalities, but I had to try those other modalities before I realized what I truly needed. And I'm sharing this because everyone's journey is going to be different. Do not think you're a failure if you don't get the results you want right away. It might just be a part and a stepping stone in your soul's evolution to get the result that you want. Always trust that inner curiosity, that lighting up sensation, because even if it doesn't serve you, it may be an essential part of understanding yourself more deeply, which in turn will help you get to the place where you're wanting to be. At the beginning of my journey, I wanted to be pain-free because I was diagnosed with scoliosis at 13, and chronic pain plagued my life until my early 30s when I started to come out of it. And the only reason why I started to come out of it is because I started to cleanse and clear the energy patterns and blockages within my body. And that was a journey in itself. But what I found on that journey is having a specific order in cleansing and clearing them will support you in having the best experience. Because I've had spiritual psychosis and it's not a fun experience. And luckily, I am a shaman and an energy healer, and I knew how to navigate that, though I've worked with a lot of people where I've seen that experience happen, and it totally throws them off even continuing forward with that spiritual growth, which is really disheartening for myself. And I see that it can keep people in loops. So understanding how to work with them is really essential. And I'll tag that video down below if you want to know more about why spiritual psychosis is and why it happens. And I also just want to state here that everyone's results will vary depending on how much their body needs to heal, how much work they need to do within their energetic body, and also what is required of their souls on this soul's journey. Not everyone is required to go that deep. Some of you just may need a physical release practice to support your energy healing maintenance that you do through whatever vehicle you so choose. For me, I know some of my favorite physical practices. I know some people love to like physically feel. One of my favorite ones that was really intense was I would go when I lived in Pasadena, I would go to these basically huge tanks of salt water, and you just float spas. There it is. That was one thing I did for 6 months until COVID hit, and that was my self-care. I did it once a month. Stress one more time that everyone's journey is going to be different, and the modalities that you use may work for amount of time, but they may stop when your body needs to evolve and welcome in a new experience. For myself, that's basically what I experienced as a massage therapist. I started out with deep tissue, and I realized every time I had these big releases and I felt better, I'd have a big emotional upheaval. And so I started asking, well, where is this emotional stuff coming from? That's when I started really diving into the energy healing and the necessity of it, especially in the world that we live in today. I believe it's very necessary, especially with the rise of technology, because it is connecting us in energetically to each other. So we're not only experiencing our stuff, you may also be experiencing the physical tension of the collective at large, which is why it's so important to do your energy healing, not only to cleanse and clear your blockages, but so you can form a protective layer to allow your body to heal. without the information pouring in from everywhere else. Because in our world today, people project a lot. And with social media being such a major form of socializing, communicating, business, it's crucial that you have an understanding that energetically that is being passed through you, and that can also contribute to your physical pain and tension, which is why having an energy healing practice of your choice, whatever it is, what I like to do weekly, if not bi-weekly, is listen to an auric field energy cleanse. This essentially is cleansing the channel pathways of the auric field so you can clear out debris. It's like taking a bath, a detox bath, twice a week to support your body. A shower's nice, but a bath is so amazing. It's a nice way to reset. And it's so crucial when you are on social media because a lot of people don't do their work. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on. And I think that's just because we're not taught how to do it. I know that more and more people are awakening to it, which is amazing. But when it comes to your energetic body, cleansing and clearing that and having some form of support is crucial. And so what I like to do is I like to find a routine. Everyone's going to be different. I have a specific routine where I cleanse and clear my aura weekly. I do specific routines for my meridians in conjunction with the 5 seasons. I cleanse and clear my chakra system once a month at the beginning of every astrology season. I have my own rhythm, but I have found that rhythm and what has worked for me. And I do this because it's easy to track. I also do it in that manner because I can energetically see how it cyclically works. And I've tested it out, and everybody's system and cycle will be different. You have to find what works for you, which is another reason why I created these energy healing courses. So you have them available when it aligns for you, because everybody is going to be different. Every year in which you do your healing practices, things may shift, things may change. Sometimes you may require more, some may require less. I know this last year I did a lot of energy healing because my body needed it. And I focused mainly on the outer layers. And now this year I'm really focusing in on rebuilding my physical. I needed a year of deep energy healing so that I could clear out the energetic blockages that were creating a lot of physical issues. And those physical issues were tied into allowing toxic relationships into my life. I finally have been able to quit smoking. I have been biting my nails since I was 3. I stopped biting my nails because when you clear the energetic, you're clearing the root cause. And once you clear the root cause, you can then support your physical body at having more of a chance at releasing, because emotional stress creates chronic holding patterns in the body. It creates those somatic loops. So when you release yourself on a deep somatic level, that's when your body can really heal. And that is why I love the physical support course, because it somatically releases the muscles in your body and the physical systems that are listed in that course. It's something that I am loving, especially in regards to regulating my nervous system when it comes to my business and other things like that. The nervous system regulation has been crucial. And it's a beautiful journey because the more you work with your body, the more you will intuitively know what it needs and what practices will fill you up. And that is such a beautiful acknowledgement of how powerful we all are. Your body knows, you just need to learn how to reconnect with it, start to communicate with it, and find what verbiage works best for you. And that is a big thing when it comes to mindset. And again, I will be talking about that more and more because that's what I'm diving into or re-diving into this year. But when it comes to your energetic healing practices, make sure you have some type of physical release and mindful movement. I like to call it a mindful movement meditation of letting your body start to recalibrate. So please be mindful. Don't overwork your body, overkill it. I know everybody's different, and depending on where you're at, you may need more rest or you may need more physical exercise. I took a year to rest because I knew energetically I needed to clear out my energetic before I could start recalibrating my physical body. Because if I recalibrated my physical body based around an unhealthy energetic system, I'd have to go back and do it anyways. So I'm saying this so you don't waste your time. I really wish I'd known this earlier. Fucking wish I thought I'd really do this earlier, but it is what it is. It's out here now for all of you. And I would love to hear if you have any physical practices that you like doing to support yourself. Not only because I want to know, I love knowing about people. I'm just so fucking curious, but I know that there are other people out there, and my style of physical support, which is through magnet pair therapy, may not resonate. So I want other people out here to share your story because I know everybody is different and I know everybody has a story to tell. So if you feel called to sharing the physical support practices that you've utilized that have really changed your life, please do so below. I really encourage that because the more we share, the more we can show the people around us that it's possible to change. There are things outside of our current system that we may be missing. And when I say our current system, our current way of thinking, that in sharing, you might be handing someone a piece of their own puzzle. So please share. And if not here, keep sharing wherever. Just share those experiences because the world needs more of that. And I encourage it. So drop those below. Check out the offerings that I have, the courses that I have made in this past year and dedicated my time and effort to. Oh my God, I'm so happy it's done. That was so much work. Woo, but it's such a beautiful tool. Like, I'm so grateful I did because it has changed my life. And I would love if people could experience what I'm experiencing because I believe everyone should have. It's their birthright to live a pain-free life. I think it's everyone's journey at this point to get there. But everyone's journey is going to be different. I know that might be what I just said might be triggering to some people due to what they have going on. But I encourage you to look at energy healing practices combined with physical support practices. And if you need support either with energetic practices or with physical support, please seek those people out. And if you have specific medical conditions and medical questions, always seek out your medical provider. What I'm sharing here is just for informational value. And the offerings that I have are based in energy healing. So they're meant to support the body and support it in coming back into greater homeostasis and balance. It's wonderful because they can be utilized and used alongside other modalities, even allopathic medicine, which is amazing because I believe having a physical support in conjunction with whatever type of processes you're going through or treatments you're going through is also an amazing thing to have. You can check out my courses linked in the bio. I have the video for spiritual psychosis linked as well. It's in the resource section. But again, please share your story as much as possible. And if you feel called to share this video with someone, please do. Wishing you all an amazing week, day, year ahead. Wherever this video finds you, I'm just wishing you well. And we'll see you in the next video.